hello, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Simply Together show on the 30th of January. It's really lovely and toasty in my house.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on out there, but I'm really warm. So
It's a bit chilly out there.
the Queen is there. The Queen is. Are you doing your Queen wave then?
Yeah, she was.
It's chaos,
Yeah, we're
people.
in one of those moods. We're in one of those moods. This is going to be fun.
We're all here today, other than the lovely Samara, who is with her son today. We're all here today, and there's already chaos before we even started. So just bear with us. We've got a very excited Dee Bailey. Very, very, very excited. So that's how you doing, Dee?
I'm all right. I'm all right. We had a private screening of The Colour Purple on Friday. It was okay. Shelley was sitting on the floor. That's how packed it was. It was okay.
It was brilliant.
It was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Feedback's still coming in. For the masses out there that are watching, for the masses out there that you snooze, you lose, you're going to get the gist of that. But yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing, just the whole everything. So we want to thank everybody that came out and supported us on. Well, this is the first one, isn't it, that we've done at Cineworld? Did you hear that? The first.
It's the first.
It's
You heard it here.
You know, we've made acquaintances now with the team at Cineworld, and they're like, I said, don't worry. I said, we'll be back. I'm not going to say anymore, but yeah, no, it was absolutely fabulous. We're not going to do any spoilers, so don't panic, all those people. We're not going to do any spoilers, but yeah. And it wasn't just a case of, for me, just the screening that we did. It was the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all of that. It would have been different if I'd have gone and seen that film, like with friends, even a few of us and that. It would have been, don't get me wrong, it's the same movie you've been watching, but just the whole atmosphere and the vibe. You could have been on your own. We had people on your own, but you felt safe. And you could come along, and it was a bit of a reunion, if I'm honest with you. So many people, oh, I haven't seen you. So
Yes.
it was not just your normal out to film, see a film, come out, chatting afterwards. We actually had to stop that, didn't we? The discussion. It's like we kind of got to go. we had to stop that. So when you see us put something out, and I don't know, the girls might talk about, we might be doing something else.
Maybe
in a few weeks. We might. Don't know. Depends on does it depend on the demand, ladies? Does it depend on the demand, or are we doing it regardless?
we're doing it regardless.
That's it. You tell them, Cecile.
That's it. That's a good idea. Well,
See,
I think
now,
there will be demand.
This is where Shelley, the voice of reason, comes in. You know, I just said we're doing it anyway. What are you saying, Shelley?
We'll do it, and it's small, but this could get bigger and bigger and bigger if the demand is there. There's no stopping us.
I don't like. We want to do big. We're making some statements here. We're making some bold statements. You guys got to back us up.
Yeah.
You guys got to back us up. We want to do stuff. It's not just for us. It's for you. It's for us as a community. There's so much more that we can do, but that we can do together. Yeah. So I don't know. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on, Shell.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. You should talk about the Bob Marley movie, One Love.
Yeah, you stick that in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can I just throw out, because that's how I am, and it kind of leads on to who we're going to have on next week. Yesterday, so many messages, so many posts on social media, and so many people talking about it. Radio 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
I didn't see it on social media. I've seen posters.
Yeah.
We've even got it on our little. We've got the screen thing that gives screenshots of news and stuff over here, and I'm like, wow, check out Luton. Oh,
Yeah. That's a big thing. So I can't even remember the dates, but it's a bank holiday. It's the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday that they're taking over Stockwood Park. Am I correct?
Yeah.
They're taking over Stockwood Park. And it's so, when I say strange, but it's not strange when you know things. So I thought, I can't remember. It was well over a month ago that I saw that the carnival was on Bank Holiday Monday. And I thought, why is the carnival Bank Holiday Monday? It's because it used to be on a Monday. They started doing them on a Sunday, and which I thought was better, to be honest with you. And then obviously we had Jubilee, and then they made it the Friday. And I'm like, if I'm a carnival follower, I want to know carnivals every year it is, but with ours, it swaps and changes depending on what else is going on. I'm just telling you how I see it, what's going on, and it gets shafted because it's now bumped to the Monday.
Yep. So
next week, all being well, guys, next week we're going to have 2 guests. And our 2 guests, we've got Tamar. You obviously know Tamar. He's been on the show quite a few times. He was at International Men's. He's part of Step Forward Luton. And he was on social media yesterday and promoting, obviously, a 3-day event. And he knows all about what's going on there. So we've got the lovely Tamar who's going to be on. And we've also got on, who we've not seen for a while, but who's our carnival friend. Oh, check her out. This is all lady who do no dancing, but she's shimmering back there. Chantier.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful. So it'd be very interesting because that really is a 4-day event. Well, 4-dayer for us here in Luton. And so it'd be interesting to have that conversation and carry on that conversation next week. So if those people that are watching, listening and what have you, Matt, have they got any thoughts on, I don't know, what's been posted? You concerned? Or do you think this is absolutely fabulous news for Luton and we are going places? So let's hear from them. So that's it from me now.
It's I mean, I've never been to one, but I have seen over the years or heard over the years where they have their big weekend and blah, blah, blah. And I saw it and thought, wow, that's fantastic. And I'll say it because we're talking, this is real talk, even if not the Real Talk show, but it's real talk. There was a little bit of me that thought, oh my God, can we do that? As in Luton, can we do that? Can we pull it off?
Yeah.
Just a little thought, because I just thought, oh my God.
But then I Premier League. Oh, sorry.
Well, and then I thought, but we're doing it with the football. So yes, we can. Yes, we can. It's got to be good for us. It's got to be. It's got to be.
I think it will be impetus, to be honest, because, like you said, we're doing it with the football, even with our dinky little ground. You know, I know they've done some work to it, etc., and we've got plans. But if that comes, you know, that's massive, and people are going to be coming from all over. I think that would give them the impetus to push plans forward and stuff. But I'm sure they've got plans that they're sitting on the fence on. You know, just the same way we say, oh, are we going to do this? Oh, the demand has got to be there. I think a lot of that happens in Luton because you think, oh, but they've got all these plans. Why are they still just plans?
Yeah.
So I think there would. I personally think there's a bit of that there.
Yeah, there has been a thing with Luton right through the years. I mean, like, you think my parents are from the area, my grandparents were from the area. So many times things have been planned, or this is where we want to go, and it never happened. Different things have kind of gone in place and everything else. So yeah, even to like plans of what the actual town looks like, to where roads are or where roads aren't. Silly things like that. So yeah, to actually have this as a big announcement, and yes, we are definitely going to be doing it, and it needs to. it needs to change. The feeling of Luton. I mean, even I was watching. Went into a YouTube thing, and I watched a comedian, and he said something about one of the towns up north, and he said it's like the Luton of Leeds, and it was like, hang on a minute, what? How did Luton end up becoming part of your joke? I've had people that I've introduced to Luton. We've walked through Berry Park, and I said, right, okay, if I'm going to your town, and we go for a curry, we just go for a curry. I could then say, bring you through Berry Park. I could offer you a curry from every different part of the world.
Mm.
And I'm proud of that. I am proud that we've got such a multicultural town. We need to celebrate that rather than trying to segregate it off and being them against us and doing your own thing. It needs to be celebrated. And I think something as big as this would actually then put it in a bigger light.
Yeah. Well, you say that, Shelley. I was out in London on Saturday, and you know me, yak. I was talking to the security guy in this shop, and they're like, so we're asking each other where we're from. He was from Jamaica, and obviously I'm from Nigeria. And he goes, well, where do you live? I said, I live in Luton. He goes, oh, you live in a posh town. And I'm like, Bez, come here. This guy just said Luton is posh.
Did you not ask him to say it again on video, that so we could put that out there, that we live in a posh town?
You know what? Honestly,
I like that.
That I like that as well. I thought to myself, I said, you see that everybody looks at Luton as being badly, and he was from Lewisham. So it's just, I think it's just that thing, isn't it, where people have this perception and have this idea, because if you know London, you know Lewisham, and stuff like that. But
it's interesting because I mean anybody who knows me, and I've said it on here numerous times, I am very passionate about Luton. This is where I was born, and this is where I live, and you don't need to add us into no jokes about Leeds or anything like that, right? We're not the worst. Whatever goes on here goes on everywhere else. But I was talking to a young girl the other day, 18, lives just outside of Edinburgh, and we were talking about food, and she was saying about, they haven't really got much where she lives, and everything closes by 10 o'clock. And I said, oh, okay. She said, and I said, oh, well, we've got things open till goodness knows what time. I said, we've got 24-hour off license, and you can go and get food at 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. And she was absolutely gobsmacked. And she said, do you live in London then? I've said, nope, we don't. We're not in London. We are outside of London, and we've got all of that. And then it made me think that when I used to go clubbing all those years ago, all those years ago, I don't know, anything, 16 onwards, we used to go and have a burger afterwards, and would still be sitting in Sammy's at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Where do you get that? You don't get that anywhere else, do you? Only here in Luton.
Yeah, that's interesting. That suggests to me that that place hasn't moved forward. And I say that just because I remember distinctly, I met a friend in London, in Victoria, and we were in Zzz's. And so to know that it's quite compact in the sense that, you're quite near to each other. And we were chatting, and then I don't know how we got talking to the people next to us. It was a couple. They were a little bit older than us. And they were from somewhere just outside Edinburgh. And that's what they were saying. They said when they come to London, they have to get it all in because they don't have anything. And the conversation actually was even a little bit deeper, because we are talking I stopped working in Lockheed Martin in 2015. So we are talking like probably 2012, 2011. And they hadn't even seen many different ethnic people at all. And I said, well, don't you even have a Chinese there? Because that was the first one that I thought would be really common, and like, no, not where they live. And that was over 10 years ago. So yes, Nobody should come near us and be making fun of Luton again.
No, they need to not. They need to not do that, because there's no reason to do that. And we've got Radio 1 coming. So, you know, that's going to be a whole full-on weekend. Absolutely full-on weekend. And I think, do people who live in the area, don't they get first dibs on the tickets or something?
There is something. I'm not
Well,
sure what.
Mark can sort of like give us some more of that information next week.
He needs to come with all of the info.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to sort of like drill him that, you know what, that he needs to come sort of like with all of that information. But exactly, it seems way off, but it really isn't, is it?
When is it again?
May.
Is it the the end of May, the 24th? I put it in the.
It's the end of May, the bank holiday then.
Yeah,
Okay.
24th, 25th, 26th, and then the carnival on the 27th. I like the carnival on a Monday. It was always a bank holiday Monday.
I prefer it
I always remember it.
Sunday for years. They've changed it. It's been on the Sunday for years. I prefer it on the Sunday. You still then have the Monday.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But then,
You still
as you said earlier, Dee, that we don't then have it finishing at 6, so it's not like
that's a whole show of its own.
Well, this is what we're talking about. This
you don't need the next day to recover. Yeah.
You know, finishing at 6 is like you used to have people, as we're talking about, out of town and what have you and that. So when we talk on shows and that, we're not expected to have the same views and opinions. And if we did, it'd be a really boring show, wouldn't it? So my thing, I'm not sort of saying that Radio 1 and all that is not going to be good. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, I'm kind of looking at it as in like, I feel the carnival's been bumped.
Oh, I get what you're saying, basically, yes. Because at the end of the day, the carnival's indigenous to Luton, so it should have had there, and then perhaps they should have been looking at another weekend. I mean, why didn't they do it on May Day bank holiday? I think it's a relevant question.
It's kind of like, how does that work if it's been and it's on Sunday now, and it's been on Sunday for what have you, and then it was Jubilee, it changed to the Friday, and then it's a Sunday, and now it's bumped again. So you're kind of like, when is the carnival? And you're going to be potentially exhausted by all what goes on those 3 days. If you were somebody that came to, you can't go to everything now, can you? So
I suppose
there's time. You can book the Tuesday at work.
Yeah. I suppose they're hoping that if people were booking the weekend, that they would just book the whole thing. So you would, because you're doing the Radio 1 thing and you're going to be sleeping in town on the Saturday night, it's the Sunday night, and you'll travel back on the Monday, but you'll be happy to stay around for a few hours, see what the carnival is, and then be disappearing. Because then the carnival will be finished by 6 o'clock anyway. I think that's what they're hoping is going to happen, but I don't know whether it would or not. I don't know whether it would just be people just disappear.
Well, it depends on what they know. So obviously, if we're saying that the Radio 1 show, and it is a big show to be fair, it is big and it has a massive following. What we or whoever who's responsible for the marketing of the carnival needs to kind of jump on the bandwagon a little bit.
Sorry, I was about to say, even if they were to actually then say during the Radio 1 thing that they actually advertise the carnival, as in like some of them from Carnival Arts actually going up and be part of, if you stay around tomorrow, this is what you see. This is what our carnival is. But would they be allowed? Yeah, it is a funny one. As Dee was saying, it does feel like everyone's just been shifted around for it when they could have had it on any weekend.
Yeah, it would feel like that because let's be honest, the Notting Hill Carnival doesn't get shifted. No. It's those 2 days. It's been those 2 days for as long as I can remember. And I don't think is it in Leeds? There's one in Leeds. it is that thing, and it can kind of make you feel as if. I mean, so far we haven't got down to the root of counselling, except during COVID, obviously. So there's that. But yeah, I do see where you're coming from, but I don't even really know what the answer would be as well.
Well, I think the answer might be for our local council to actually respect the carnival enough to leave it where it is and celebrate it as they used to.
Because over the years, don't get me wrong, I get things changed, but it's a case of the carnival was it not the biggest?
It was the biggest one-day event in Europe.
Did you hear the words? You're talking
Europe.
Europe. And now, over the years, it's like, so no sound systems, no this, the routes changed, and what have you. We're going to bump the days.
Yeah.
See, it's like, well,
yeah.
That's how I'm seeing it. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, because I remember Dennis came home one day. I don't know who he'd had in his car. And it was like, he was just quite on the ante. And but it was to do with things that I'd heard about. I think there are some people within Luton who actually don't want the carnival to be an event.
Of course there is. Of course.
And we're not talking miserable people who just don't like the noise and stuff there. We're talking about, it's kind of political, but I don't know the ins and details enough to talk about it. We didn't really dwell on it for long, but it did kind of stick with me. I was saying, but why? This has been part of this town for ages.
Because they have changed it over the years as well. I mean, it always used to be that they would go back to Wardown Park.
Yeah.
Now they come into town, so they do that bit, which is good. It brings you right into the middle of the town centre. They're in St George's Square. They do the dancey thingy. What's it there?
There's no judging anymore. There's no judging anymore. You get to sort of, as you said, St George's Square, and you get like 2 minutes to like do that. But there's no judging. Like all the things that were the carnival, slowly, because nobody notices and nobody sees that it's
creep. Yeah,
they're taking the things out, and that's a big thing for those people that invested money. You've got the young people that invested their time in terms of costumes, this, that, and all the efforts that they put in. And then when I did it with Tishi a couple of years ago, and I was like, okay, so where do we go now? And it's like, that's it. What do you mean that's it?
Yeah. Talking to Tishi, she turns up.
Yo, Tishi Thomas in the house. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, because even Houghton Regis Carnival, they start away from, so they don't start on the green, they start away, and they come all the way through, but they end up on the green. And the green has then got all your stalls from people that are actually in the carnival, or you've got like your craft sellers and all that kind of stuff kind of going on. So you're on the green. So yeah, I mean, there's manning our fun stall. No. So they all end up there, which was nice. It was good because all of a sudden, like, it goes a bit quiet and people are just mooching around and whatever. Then everyone's kind of like come back and they've come past you, and then they come onto your stall. So yeah, there was then something, you've brought everyone into that area.
Yeah.
Whereas Luton, you haven't got that.
See, I'm old enough to remember when they used to come down from Park Square right through the centre of town, and all the stalls used to be outside Marks and Spencer's and Don Miller's and all of that. The stalls were there, and they used to come all the way through. That's years and years and years ago.
I used to work. I used to volunteer for St John Ambulance. We would be on duty, and where our first aid hut was right next to that West Bank, so in that market, a bit down from Market Square kind of thing. So we were in there. So we were next to where the security kind of hut kind of thing was. So you ended up in like a porter cabin, and someone in our porter cabin put the kettle on, and it blew out the electrics from us and across the way with some of the music, because we were all off like wires going up. So it was, the
Yeah.
fuse board went. So someone had to go around and plug it back in again, and we had to find somewhere else to put the kettle. But yeah, everything would be in the middle of town. Everything would be in the middle of town, and yet you've lost it. They've not.
And then
got
you
that.
would go up every little side road, and there would be a sound system, and then you go to the next one, and there's another sound system, and so forth. And then we'd end up Inkerman Street, and yeah, those were the days, weren't they?
So
Those were
what
the
I
days.
was told last year was the carnival has changed. You're not telling me something I don't already know. Carnival has changed. It is now a family affair. So because it's a family affair, that's why you ain't going to get no sound systems. That's why it's finishing at 6 o'clock. That's why it's all, we want to change it. So it's then going to be nothing.
So are they saying then that when going back 20, 30 years then, when we, or even longer than that, but go back 30 years, are they saying that I never went to the carnival with my children? Did I not take them? Did I not drag them up and down all those roads to listen to each sound system? Of course I did. And that was a family event. You know, so what have we got now? So this one's a family event, but what we had before wasn't. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because that's where
And
all
the
of
costumes.
their children.
Yeah.
Who's driving this? Who's driving it?
I think it's the council.
You deem as family, family, what so-and-so deems as family are different. What you deem as in like what you want, and it's control. That is not, this is not carnival.
Yeah.
As we know, carnival. This is not carnival. You're deeming something that we know is carnival. You're telling us, and it's like, ain't no carnival. All those other people are going like, that ain't carnival you got going on there. You got on, it's a parade, but it ain't no carnival.
It is a parade. Exactly that. It could be any, it's a parade that's repeated and repeated and repeated for the different themed things that are going on. So where we are multicultural and we do have like the Festival of Lights and all that kind of stuff, it is the same thing kind of going on. And it's kind of like, we know that this family thing works. And it's going to dilute a little bit of everyone's event if people in charge are going to want to still have that as the same thing.
So what we're effectively saying, rather than having loads of events, bearing in mind that we've just celebrated the fact that Luton is multicultural, so rather than having loads of different events that people will go to week in, week out, where it would be absolutely amazing, we're just going to have these watered down events every now and again.
It's a little bit,
yeah. But also, I think some of the other events that happen, which are really good, happen in one space, like the Mela, that is in one space, you know. So whereas this is around the town, so it goes, it's a bigger distance. There's more people there, etc., etc. But I think they're happy to put on those things that are in that little one space, and what they're trying to do is make this one smaller and smaller.
Well, we're going to be talking more.
Disruption.
We're talking more next week because obviously we've got, as I said, Tamar from Step Forward, who's going to be talking as in the Radio 1 event. So obviously after a week on, we're going to know a bit more. And obviously it'd be great to catch up with Chantier, who we've not had on for a while. And just as in like, what's in terms of the carnival and how they're seeing it and how, you know, if we don't talk about it and we're only talking about Radio 1, then who's going to know there is a carnival?
Exactly.
When you're used to it being on Sunday, because in all honesty, if you didn't know, you'd think like, oh, maybe they're not doing carnival because now you've got the 3-day Radio 1 event and maybe the carnival's not happening.
Yeah, so, I didn't even think that, to be fair, when I saw the Luton thing. I didn't even link the two together.
Can I ask you to share this in our membership group?
It's in our membership group right now.
Because we need to be talking something. I ain't saying no more because I can't.
All right. Shall we do a countdown? Let's do a countdown. That's what you said last time.
We're not gonna get any sense out of Dee now.
She's lost. She's lost now.
I'll just mute her.
Oh my
So,
God.
as you see on the bottom of the screen, we've got the membership link going across there. As I said, it was the beginning, so we did January to April. So any new members joining now will still get their 3 months. We had our launch party, which we did talk about a little bit earlier on. Absolute and amazing thing. Because we're in with Cineworld now,
Oh,
we're not going to know what's hit them. One little conversation turned into, we are definitely doing a private screening for One Love. So that's the new Bob Marley film. We're actually having it again on the launch day. So 14th of February. Yes, that could be Valentine's for some. For us, it's just One Love. Again,
Oh, I like that. Shall say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
So One Love. So yes, we have got different size screens that we can have. This is all down to you guys as to what size screen we end up getting. Now, we have to say from the start, we have to book this screen quite soon. So if you're interested, get in quick, because what will end up happening is you'll dither. We then have booked a particular size screen and we then sell out and we can't get another size screen. So we're just at the minute trying to work out how popular this is going to be. And this is for members only. So if you paid your £15 and you came along to our launch party, you'll actually still can get into One Love at a special price. Are we still saying that same price we talked about earlier, Dee? Yep. So we're going to do it at £10. So it's the same price as you just buying a normal ticket. But you get to be in with our membership group, our community. You can let rip if you need to. Because Dee will be going to be doing it anyway. So anyone that is a member, if you're buying a ticket for your friends, you can still buy the ticket at the £10 each. But you do need to be a member. Members are the only ones that are going to get the link to be able to purchase these tickets. Also, if you ended up, so for instance, there was a few people that bought two memberships because there's 2 of them that came to our launch party. Your friend is a member, even though we haven't got their name as yet. I will still fiddle around with the database that I've got, so they can then buy them at the £10 each. But it has to be the member only that's then purchasing the tickets. If you're having trouble with money at the minute, please do email us, because what we might do is, if you want to pay the £15 for your membership for this first part of the year, we can work out a charge, so it's the £5 each month, and but you still need to pay your £10 for your ticket. So if you are having issues with money, please do email us, and we'll be able to do that as a special as we go on.
So we're working with people, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
said no to that, Shelley, but you.
No,
you guys love the community. I said no. They said yeah. So see that?
we are part of the community.
I'm just making the point that, you know what, we're making it. This is for everybody. We're not excluding. We're not excluding. We're not excluding. So Shelley's just told you. Do you know what? And if you haven't got our email address, that's not our fault. That's not our problem. I suggest you go and find out and look for it. We're only going to give you guys so much now, and the rest is over to you. If you want us to do things like this, then you need to show up. You need to. You ain't got 6 months to pay for this. As in, like, if you want in, we need to know, because we have to pay up front for the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, right now, I'm keeping it real. Currently, like now, we've got the same size as we had for Colour Purple. It's too small for me. But that's the size we've got.
Well,
If you
we did
guys purchase,
completely sell out.
we did. We had a few no-shows. So, with that, I want a bigger screen. I want a big screen. The bigger screens are there, but unless we sell out, then we're just going to stick with the 112. All right. Come on, guys.
This film is. I mean, The Colour Purple was big. This One Love is big too. Yeah.
The guys are going to be showing up. This is bigger. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's bigger because Colour Purple is One Love is niche as well, but I think this will be bigger. Well, I'm going to be there.
We've said it now. It's out there now.
It is.
So there's work to be done. There's work to be done for all those people that are watching, because it's not about you. It's about who you know. So as we said at the screening, it's a case of you get information from us. Your job is to share. And then their job is to share. And that way then we will all know about things that are going on. You know? We can't say no more than that, guys. We really can't.
Yeah, so excited. If you
That's
knew
pretty
some of the
marvelous.
phone calls behind the scenes, you would, yeah. These actually quite.
There might even be red carpet. I think we might be able to even sort out some red carpet. What do you reckon, Shel?
Oh yeah.
Valentine's red carpet. One.
Ooh.
And oh yeah, meant to mention, because you know we got this thing at Simply D's about theming. So red, gold, green. Come on, guys.
Red, Valentine's. Yeah.
Any of them colours. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Wonderful.
Got a message come through about the carnival, what we were talking about. Carnival was a great part of the education for schools and children participating towards it. So that's something at schools and things. It wasn't just a case of like, right, okay, let's make an outfit. You know, they actually talked to them about carnival and how it was all set up and just all of that. So it's a big educational tool also as well. So yeah, that's something for us all to remember. It wasn't just a case of rock up. Carnival's much bigger than just what we see on that day. There's, yeah. For some people, I know they run workshops, they do all sorts of different things. That's a way of engaging your child in something that maybe they might not be engaging in school, but that's something that you can draw them in and they can make friends and just so many different things. So we need to keep remembering. So it's not just on the day, a parade, full stop. There is so much more. So as well as Chantier, I think it's only right that we get maybe from whether it's Carnival Arts or whoever's actually organising the carnival, for them to perhaps come on, give them the opportunity to come on and tell us more about the carnival, what direction it's going, and how we can support. So is that okay, guys?
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe we could pick up a little bit on the politics that goes on a little bit behind, depending on what they say.
Yeah.
Our politics. So
politics. Do you think politics are involved in it?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Slam dunk. Mic drop.
Yes.
And it's that added thing of who's organising.
Yeah.
Who's organising these things for the people?
Are they asking the people? I don't know. Maybe they're asking the people, and this is what they're getting, and we don't know these things. Let's.
Then they're not asking all the people, then, are they?
Right people, yeah.
They're not asking.
Well, it kind of goes back to that. Remember, you found out about that planning permission for that cricket thing, like 2 days before the consultation was gonna close. Maybe you don't remember. I remember because you shared it on here. It could be just the same thing. Maybe we're not looking in the right places. I don't know. But
but to look in the right place, you need to know it's in that place.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to look in the right place if you don't even know that there's a place to be looking?
It just seems,
which is the politics.
Yeah.
Politics.
I think it's Politics.
Politics.
It's only when you start getting involved in other things
Yeah.
you hear, you know, I don't know, maybe 8 years, 10 years ago, maybe even a bit more than, I'm not sure. Remy was doing a lot with the carnival, and we used to hear things then, and that's going back that number of years. There was politics going on, and there still will be. So, yeah. Which is
Oh, no.
maybe somebody else needs to just kind of run for mayor or MP or something like that, and it ain't me. So
Why not, Cecile? I think
This
you'd be
is why
really
we
good.
do what we do. We put some out there, and you don't have to. We're not sort of saying everybody who's watching needs to be agreeing with us, but we need to know what you think, and then also invite you, come on the show and share with us. And that way, then it's like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I get people messaging like, a great show. Didn't know that. Thanks for sharing. So please, please, please continue to share. Please continue to comment and get involved. And we know where we're going to be on the 14th of Feb. Don't know about you, but we know where we're going to be.
Just give to hubby, I'm not around on Valentine's.
you can come and have a Valentine's with us.
Because do you remember? I think
we don't do Valentine's in our house.
Who's going to want to go and see that on Valentine's? I said, ain't nobody interested in Valentine's. So for all you out there, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And it'd be interesting to know. Put your thoughts in the threads, as in like Valentine's. Is it what it was? Are you still celebrating? Are you still going out? Are you kind of like, it's so commercialized, not interested?
You know what? It wasn't last year. I think it was the year before. Both me and Will had the same idea for Valentine's. We bought a big bag of peanut M&Ms for each other.
Yeah.
That's as bad. That's as good as it gets. I'm not buying a big box of chocolates.
No.
I suppose it depends on how you view it. Apparently, Valentine's is really big in Nigeria. Don't go if you are not celebrating Valentine's. Do not go out because the traffic that is always bad is 10 times worse. The demands are worse. They're really buying into it. So yeah, but
you know
I'm with you, Shell.
It'd be interesting to know what people think, actually.
Yeah,
so
I would be very interested to know.
You've got any sense you'll bring one love, just a one love, not 21 loves. Please, I beg you. Just bring the one love to one love.
Bring your one love to one love. Jokes.
Don't be bringing the one love
bring a little squeeze.
One love. We only have so much security.
Bobby himself was very much like that.
Please don't turn up with your squeeze, because I might just say the wrong thing because I don't know that I'm not supposed to be saying that. So
tell them, Cecile. We keep it real. We keep it real.
Yeah.
Don't bring him and her and her and him and her and her. We got to go.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Dee's got to go 10 minutes to calm down before she has to do some work.
Oh my God. Right. So we will be here next week with Tamar and Shantae, and we're going to be talking about the Radio 1 event over that weekend, also about the carnival. And then we will remind you that the show the week after, which is the day before the premiere of The One Love, you can tell us then on the 13th. You can tell us about your Valentine's, what you do, what you don't do, why you do it, why you don't do it. So we will see you next week on the 6th at 12 noon.
Excuse me, a ticket's on sale as yet for One Love?
Not yet. Give me a couple of hours and they'll be on tonight.
So they're going to be on sale today?
Today. I'll do it today. Is that good?
Tickets will be on sale from this afternoon, early evening. Give it to early evening. Tickets will be on sale from later on, ready for 14th of Feb, the new Bob Marley film screening of One Love.
One love.
See you next week, people.
I'm so excited.
See ya.